I've always wanted to give back to Swansea, and I always knew that I would come home to Swansea. But then it took the death of my mother. She died in September 2020 for me to realize that life's too short for like one day I'm going to move back home. And within a few months of my mother passing away, we'd found a house, and by May the following year, we'd moved home. And I immediately got to work, really. I knew I wanted to give back, and I knew what I wanted to do. And that is, in a nutshell, is I wanted to help add to the incredibly vibrant theatre scene here in Swansea. I wanted to kind of add to that and create a kind of a world-class producing house within the city. So I met up with Rob Stewart, the leader of the council, and I told him, I was like, why don't we have that? We've got incredible things like Lighthouse Theatre Company, Volcano, Llewellyn here. We've got some incredible companies here, but we don't have a producing house that does world-class theatre through the Swansea lens specifically, creating work just for Swansea that happens to be world-class and has a wider audience because it's world-class. And he agreed with me, and a meeting with Tracy McNulty, the head of cultural services here in Swansea, and Councillor Robert Francis Davis quickly followed at the Guildhall. And me and Steve Balsamo went to meet them because I collated my dream team at that stage. I always knew who I wanted to work with, and that's Steve Balsamo, Michelle McTurnan and Christian Patterson, and thankfully they said yes, so I had my team on board, and me and Steve went to the Guildhall and had a meeting with Tracy, and it was just serendipitous, really, because what we'd pitched then that day, she has wanted for this theatre, the Grand Theatre, for a long time. So right place, right time, right pitch, and we came out of that meeting floored, because I knew we wanted to create a producing house in Swansea, but just the thought at that stage of it being the Grand Theatre was bonkers. It was bonkers. I mean, we were literally falling over ourselves out when we came out of that meeting. We were buzzing, and we jumped on it, and we made it work, and we made it work in record time, really. So by the end of the year, we were already in the theatre, and by January we were launching behind the scenes, and on February the 15th, we launched officially, and it's an incredibly exciting time for us. So looking forward, my life is going to be this theatre. So I've taken a sabbatical from acting, in that I'm not going to be a job in acting anymore. If I get the urge, I can always, engage in this theatre. But like I said, I just want to give back, and I want to enable work. And I want to bring people together. I want to bring all the world-class talent that is in this city or has gone elsewhere to work. I want to bring them back to this theatre, and I want to contribute to the theatre scene. That's on a personal level. And I know that Steve and Michelle and Christian feel the same. So together as Grand Ambition, the future is bright. Work through the Swansea lens, reflecting its people on stage. I mean, I was in the market the other day, and I was just thinking, this place is incredible. When we talk about the Swansea lens, that's a prime example of what you see when you look through the Swansea lens. If you lifted the lid off of the market and looked in at all the different lives and the stories in there, there's theatre going on in that place. So we're going to be very unapologetic about it being Swansea stories reflecting Swansea people. And our mission is to... You see, this city is a very loyal city. We know that because of the loyalty to our football club. They go week in, week out. Rain, snow, hail, sunshine, good performances, bad performances. They are there week in, week out. And all we've got to do is get our city thinking about our theatre in the same way. Sometimes you're going to come here and it's going to blow your mind. Sometimes you're going to come here and go, well, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't really my thing. But you're going to keep coming back because this is your theatre. And it really is your theatre. It belongs to you. So we want to get the city excited about coming to this theatre and it being theirs and being their home and where they can see their lives reflected on stage and come to the theatre and think, oh my God, that's my mother, or that's my husband, or oh, that's my kids, or, you know, that's my work friend, or, you know, we're very passionate about reflecting the culture here, incredible, rich cultural heritage. We want to reflect that. We just want to amplify it and tell its stories. And it's really exciting. And our community outreach, we want to forge genuine pathways from the entire community to this stage. You know, me, Birch Grove, born in mine, Birch Grove, blind and mice boy, right? I've engaged with this theatre, but what I know is that you have to go into these communities and tell them that it's their theatre and make them feel welcome and engage these people with material that reflects who they are. So I'm excited about going into communities where I grew up and inspiring the next generation of performers and actors and writers and musicians, and as well as nurturing the artists that are already established, you know, and we're talking about supporting people at any stage and any age and any stage of their career. We're going to support them. So it's just all really exciting, and I come here every day to work, and that is a privilege and an honor. And I just wake up smiling every day, and I mean that genuinely. What a place.